Welcome back to my channel. It's Cory here with Wilder Woman, and we are on day 29? 29. We're on day 29 of the 31 Days of Tarot Challenge. Almost to the finish line, you guys. And today's prompt is to share how you think the mechanics of tarot reading works. Is it your higher self? Is it messages from spirit, etc.? Now, my belief, and this is just my personal belief, with all divination tools, it comes from intention. Even with, pendulums, and it's something that I teach in my pendulum courses as well, is that when it comes to, reading tarot, that the default setting, if you will, is your higher self. What does that mean? Well, I look at the higher self as the section of yourself that is still connected to the astral realm, to the celestial realm, to the divine, if you will. It's that higher section of yourself that you can access and gain information from. And when you read the tarot, the messages filter down through your third eye and your subconscious, and you're able to interpret them through basically pictorial imagery. There's a lot of memorization that comes through when you're first learning the tarot, especially when you're learning a particular system. I think most of us started with the Rider-Waite. And there's certain symbology that comes up. Now, the meanings of the cards and the pictures that the artist decides to depict for each one, in particular, this one being the Five of Swords. And in the Five of Swords, at least in the traditional Rider-Waite-Smith system, we know that the Five of Swords has to do with conflict, but we're looking at someone who is kind of almost to the point of being a bully. Really, they're triumphant in their battle, but at what cost? Especially to the perceived enemy, the combatant. You're victorious, but it feels like an empty victory. Maybe there was, overuse of power there in that battle. But each artist, interprets those meanings and depicts them differently. And so we use the imagery to draw on in order to get, the base meaning here, but also additional messages, intuitive messages. That's why some decks resonate with some readers and some don't. You see here, we have this bird and the swords are all around and, he's battling them, right? And he's able to fend them off. The images that come up for me and the messages that I download are probably going to be different from that of another reader, especially when we look at the layers in addition to the base meaning. So I think that's why it's so amazing to have such a wide variety of readers, right? We all look at the images and something slightly different can pop up depending on the reader and depending on our experiences and what we see. I mean, even with his face there, it's kind of cheeky. I got this. I know I got this. Now, that being said, if I am in a tarot reading and I ask for a specific guide to come in and provide messages, or even if I ask deity to come in and provide messages, then I become the channel where those messages, you know, flow through. But the cards themselves, as I'm shuffling them, I'm waiting for that intuitive hit where deity or the spirit guide will say stop to draw, and where they provide me messages. So I believe that I can access it both ways, but it's my intention. Am I intending to have a particular spirit guide provide messages? Am I intending for deity to come in and provide specific messages? In fact, the readings that I offer now kind of specialize in that. I don't even really do card readings where I'm just accessing my higher self any longer, at least professionally. I am almost always calling in and channeling a goddess to basically also select which deck to use, which deck she would like me to use, and then drawing those cards and then providing those messages. It all comes from her, and I just act as her megaphone. I'm just her speaker. And that feels like a very different energy, at least for me when I'm channeling. It's different than when I'm channeling from my higher self. So I know for me that the mechanics are very different, but both are accessible. And again, like I said, for me, it's all about your intention. Are you intending to call somebody in and get messages from them? Or are you intending to really just channel from your higher self? It's kind of up to the reader. So, lovelies, how do you think tarot reading works? What are you accessing when you read? I'd be interested to know. Let me know in the comments below, or let me know if you've got a channel and I can pop over and watch your video. This challenge has been an amazing, amazing experience. I'm sorry to see that we only have 2 days left, but it's been an amazing ride. So I really hope you enjoyed it, and I hope you watch tomorrow's video. But until then, blessed be.